I read the book Hatchet by Gary Paulson. It's a young adult fiction. It was published in September 30th, 1987. Similar books to Hatchet is Brian's Winter and Brian's Return. I would give the book 8 out of 10. I would recommend it to the people who like being in the wilderness. Mandatory plot, the exposition. When Brian crashes the plane in the Canadian wilderness and he finds a way to survive. The rise in action is when Brian is trying to survive in the wilderness of Canadian forests. He comes across dangerous animals like bears and a moose. The climax of the story is when the tornado hits and completely destroys everything besides Brian's axe. The following action is Brian figures out a way to build a raft to dive into the plane and to get out. The resolution is Brian goes home to his mom and she tells him that he's all over the news and how much Brian means to her. Many choice 1, protagonist and explanation. The protagonist in the story is the main character, Brian. Antagonist in the story is the mother, nature, and all the different dangers in the wilderness. Supporting character is Brian's mom, the pilot, and Brian's father. My favorite character is Brian because all the obstacles he overcomes during the story. The setting of the book is in the Canadian wilderness, and the narrative voice is a mental battle with himself so he stays stable. Many choice 4. A cool quote I decided to pick was, patience, he thought. So much of this was patience, waiting and thinking and doing things right. So much of all this, so much of all living was with patience and thinking. The explanation / deeper meaning is, if you're patient in life, good things will happen. The other cool quote I picked was, all of flying is easy, just takes learning like everything else. The explanation of that quote is, the pilot is thinking that Brian was interested in the plane, so he shows him how to drive the plane and work the plane.